Unintentional discharge is the event of a firearm discharging, firing, at a time not intended by the user. An unintended discharge may be produced by an incompatibility between firearm design and usage, such as the phenomenon of cooking off a round in a closed-bolt machine gun, a mechanical malfunction as in the case of slam fire in an automatic weapon, or be user-induced due to training issues or negligence. The phenomenon has also been defined in the scientific literature as an activation of the trigger mechanism that results in an unplanned discharge that is outside of the firearm's prescribed use. Where prescribed use refers to departmental policies and laws related to the operation of firearms. A negligent discharge, ND, is a discharge of a firearm involving culpable carelessness. In judicial and military technical terms, a negligent discharge is a chargeable offense. A number of armed forces automatically consider any accidental discharge to be negligent discharge, under the assumption that a trained soldier has control of his firearm at all times. This is the case in the United States Army, Canadian Army, the Royal Air Force, the British Army and various police forces within the United Kingdom. From an article on a U.S. Air Force website, a negligent discharge occurs when a weapon is fired due to either operator error or a lack of attention to basic safety rules. They happen a few times. At friend's apartment at college. Just bought my first pistol from a gun show, I was 18. Drinking with friends. Show them my new Jericho. Try to manually decock. Thumb slips on hammer, ND into ceiling. Upstairs neighbors too high and drunk, underage and illegal drugs, to call the police. Second time. At range. Showing friend pistol. Think gun is unloaded. Point at ground, show him how to rack and pull the trigger. Forgot loaded mag in. Shoot between his feet. Third time. At parents' house. Just bought a cig from a guy. Get home. Try swapping slides with another cig I had. Forgot the other cig slide was chambered. Pull trigger. Shoot parents' wall. Fourth time. At my new house. Playing with a friend's 5.56 AK. Release bolt. Slam fires round into ground. Fifth time. Showing a friend how to use it. No idea how, but a round got chambered. Show him how the trigger works. Pull trigger. Shoots round into floor in the same place as before. Sixth time. Thought maybe the house was haunted. Grab a cig. Physically clear it, rack the slide 3 times, with no magazine in. Pull trigger at the same hole. Round goes off. Seventh time. Friend brings over a used Glock, wants me to look over it. I grab it and pull the trigger without clearing it. Didn't even realize the thing was loaded. Eighth time. Friend brings over his transferable MAC-10. I had no idea how open bolt guns worked. He's showing it off to me. I put a loaded mag in it and decided to try and release the bolt. I thought it shot from a closed bolt. Pulled the trigger for some reason. Shot 3 rounds into my wall. Ninth time. Bought a Colt single-action Army clone at a gun show. I wasn't sure if it was one of the ones with the transfer bar safety that you could carry hammer down on a loaded chamber. Hold it by the grip and slam it hammer down onto the table. Turns out it was the original style because it shot my ceiling. 10th time. Sighting in a scope on a friend's muzzle loader. My friend just got done cleaning it and loaded it in his car. He never told me that he put a primer in it. I thought he just put the powder and bullet in it. I try out the trigger again because I forgot how it felt. Put a .50 caliber hole through his passenger door. 11th time. Just bought a new RIA 1911. Try to dry fire it. For some reason the slide wouldn't close on an empty magazine. Put loaded magazine into it and close the slide. I accidentally had my finger on the trigger when I closed the slide and I shot a hole in my computer. 12th time. Sleeping. High point C9 under my pillow as always. Round chambered, Manual safety off. Start having a bad dream. It's about John Cena. He body slams me to the ground. Hear a loud bang. Realize I must have grabbed the high point while I was sleep fighting John Cena. Put a 40 FMJ in my bed frame. 13th time. See new shotgun laying on brother's bed. Rack it? Oh, that's pretty smooth. Think it's unloaded because no matter how many times I rack it, nothing ejects. Aim at window. Pull trigger. 12 gauge boom. 14th time. 1:30 a.m. Spent the Friday night drinking with my good friend. He's got his P226 and P365 XL sitting out. He goes to get more beers from the fridge. I've literally fingered the magwell of the P226 and racked it like a motherfucker. It's unloaded. Grab the 365. Rack the slide, align the sights. Boom. Glass table disintegrates. Guns, glass, beer, cards fall all around me. Did you just shoot my gun? Overall, you shouldn't feel too bad about NDs. It's part of owning guns, and you should get used to them.